She will play it because she's a crazy reviewer, gamer. Hopefully this song is shorter for you guys because she thinks the last one was too long, but she still is a crazy cat lady, you gamer. Hopefully this is the last one because like before, I don't like singing these songs.
Crazy Cat Lady Gamer Reviewer or Martha Butler does not own any trailers or pictures. I use them under fair use for educational and entertainment purposes.
Martha here. So I got back from watching The King that was on Netflix. Now, if you were looking for a movie that can show you that Robert Pattinson can be something else besides um, Edward, you look no further in this movie, The King, where he plays a slime ball of a king, a slime ball of a prince, and the king. So the king is about King Edward V, who just recently came king after his dad died, King Edward the 18th, and his younger brother died, Thomas, who was going to be next in line because. So yeah, we're gonna do a bunch of spoilers, but I'm not very good. Him, King Edward V, or his dad. I don't know much about their history, so I'm not going to go into that history, real life history, because so don't ask me to. If you want to correct the movie, you can leave that down in the comments. But remember, I'm not going to do anything to history, mention anything in the history. It's mention what happened in the movie, and if the movie is inaccurate, okay, the movie's inaccurate. It's not my. So just want to let you guys know because I don't know much about this king or his dad or any of the people who were alive around this time period. I just know this is before King Henry VIII. So, and after um, Henry II, who was the king, there was like 3 kings during Robin Hood's time, if there was a real Robin Hood. Okay, so let's get off that subject and get onto the subject of the movie at hand. So, like I said, there's spoilers, but I would say so far, I don't know. I think all the actors did a good job, especially Robert Pattinson. I think he was a slime ball of a prince, and he definitely had more bark than a bite. If you watch the entire movie, yep. If you're gonna be a prince, you need to just have more of this. And like you're gonna do that. It's kind of comes with the territory. It can't be one. You have to eat both. so, the thing is, Henry V, before he became king, he was a drunk kid. He drank a lot until he became drunk, and he didn't want to be king, so he was perfectly okay when his brother was gonna be his younger brother was gonna be king. But his dad was at war with Scotland in this, so there's that, and they were fighting over Scotland. So Henry went to go and to fight to make sure nothing happened to his little brother because his little brother was going to go fight there. So he went to go and ask the one who was in charge of the battle to have one-on-one fight. Whoever wins is the one who wins the battle, the entire battle. Whoever loses the entire battle. Nope, that way only one person has to die, not hundreds or thousands or whatever. But you catch my drift. So he did those two fought. I think the guy's name is Percy. So and those two fought, and Henry won. And this is before he's king, so he's prince still. And his brother is mad because he was supposed to be the one who went. It's supposed to be his glory that wins. And something happened to Thomas because the battle was won. Nothing like they don't. I don't really remember the details, but apparently he died. I guess he went off to Scotland and got himself killed or something, or they went and had the battle anyway. Like, okay, the battle was won, and yet the sonless he died. Okay. Alright, or did he kill himself? I'm guessing he probably killed himself. I don't know, but I really hope not. But the thing is, the ones who also did not want Henry King were upset about this. So they just thought, okay, we give him what he wants, and what Henry wants is peace. He wants more fighting. So, but these guys who are like the bishops, his advisors, stuff like that, come with an idea to make it where it's peace among like the three lands. Like the ones that are mentioned in this, but Norway is also mentioned, but very, very smallly because Henry's sister is the queen of Mormon, or the princess of Normandy. So her country's not mentioned in this at all. So there's that. And this is the last bit we get to hear of Scotland because after Henry IV died, of old age, stuff like that, of being old and having sickness, whatever sickness he died of. If you want to tell me, go ahead and tell me, but I don't know. So they, when he comes king, he gets a bunch of presents like kings do, and one of the presents that he gets from France was a ball. So he didn't like the ball, I guess. So, and he knows something's up. So he kills two of his friends who he thought were experienced against him by chopping their heads off, like you do when you think somebody's against you. And those two were innocent. And he starts a war with France after this, because I guess those guys were from France, I guess. And because the ball came from France. And he knows there's assassination that came after him because somebody tried to kill him. So, but it was actually the ones who sent the assassination is the ones that were his advisors and the ones that worked for the church. But see, back then, since this was before Henry VIII, this is the only part I'm going to mention because this is the part I know. The church had a lot of control over England back then. That's the part I know, to where it worked into their favor. That's that's one I knew. And he starts a battle with France. Who's Prince Charles is pretty much is the one who ends up being the ones in charge of this battle. And he's the one who played by Ryan Pattinson. And basically, he's, like I said, he's no bark and no bite. And I didn't really figure this out until the end of the movie because he kept on but you could figure it out before that because he kept on sending his men to do the dirty works, like kill one of his friends and kill the boys that were meant to go and gather food from the forest and herbs and stuff like that from battle. And he killed two of those boys and left one to bring back a head. And so while this battle's going on, Henry acts from advice from one of his friends that he knew from the bar, an old warrior, who I'm not sure, because they said he fought with Richard. Okay. Okay. I know this part has to be wrong. Like, unless there's more Richards. But okay, whatever. But this guy is really old. This guy is like not as old as his dad, so that's why. But he's been in war recently, and so but he hasn't been in war since, and so he's drunk. So there's that. And he used to rob a lot of people, but he says he's never robbed anybody who did not deserve to be robbed. So he could have been. I'm not gonna mention it, but when they said that, it reminded me might have. I thought he might have been in one of Robin Hood's merry men, but he would have been a lot older than that. But okay, whatever. Like I said, this movie might not have done its history research like a lot of movies should. They just do stuff. And I don't even know if this guy even existed. They just probably made him up. But even if he is made up or not, I like this guy. Because I think he redeems himself near the end. And you're allowed to be a drunk and a washed out hero as long as you redeem yourself back to being a hero afterwards, in my book. And so they go to battle, and he offers Prince Charles from Patterson if Henry V offered him, we can battle together. That way, nobody else has to die. And his Charles says, "No, I want you to surrender." And this is like, I don't like this character. He did a great job playing this character, but the line he says here, "Let's speak English." I can't do a French accent, so I'm just going to quote him. "Let's speak English," because it's simple and ugly, and I did not like that line at all. I mean, I know our English is different from the English they're speaking there, but we are still speaking some of those words that they used in that time period. It's just nope. It's very, very racist. But back then they did that a lot. These two countries, especially France and England, those two. I don't know if they still are like that, but back then they definitely did not get along. So the thing so the fight actually happens because neither of them want to surrender. So the fight happens. So John, Henry's friend, tells him, "You're outnumbered here, so you're gonna have to think smart." So Henry does. He sends he separates his men. He puts the archers farther away, and then he puts his swordsmen to go first, and then he has another part of the group go next afterwards. And it works, even though John's part of the one that makes them go first, and the arrows shoot and hit that group, and then they don't use any horses, so they can poke the horses from underneath them and make their riders fall off and then kill them that way. But John's part of the first group, and he told Henry to be part of the last group, so that way Henry will have less chance of dying. So, and it works, but poor John ends up dying, but the battle is won. But the sad thing, the funny thing is, when after like the second wave, when Charles knew he was gonna lose, he goes over there and offers himself to fight, but he has himself all armored up. There's a bunch of mud, and he starts slipping. Like, this is when I realized this guy is seriously, the fact that he's slipping in mud proves to me that he was all bark and no bite. Okay? It was just sad that he Like, you couldn't even stand up in mud. Like, you are supposed to be a prince, and you're probably next in line to be king, and you can't even stand up in mud? Like, I never wore armor, but it's just sad. Princes are, like, forced to learn how to fight and stuff like that, and the fact that he couldn't stand up in mud with armor on is just funny and sad. And so he ends up, Henry sends a bunch of men to kill him, and the battle is won. And England won. Yay! So, and his dad, Charles' dad, I think this might be another Charles, I don't remember. I think is one of the Charles. This said King Charles, so I think they're both Charles. I just don't know which number it is. They did not say in the movie. They need to say in the movie what numbers they are, because there's like a lot of Charles. So, yeah. So, both the King of France and the King of England start talking, and he said, I surrender to you, and I just want peace. I offer you to marry my daughter. And his daughter and him and his daughter talk on the way back to England on the boat. Since, you got a boat to get from France to England, yada yada yada. And, or whatever, wherever the battle spot, but the same thing. You were stuck to get on a boat, so I'm guessing he's going home. So the battle must have fought in France. So the thing is, he talked to his sister, talked to the daughter of France, talked to the king's daughter, and asked her, because he still thinks that assassin was from France, that was meant to kill him. And he thought the ball was sent from France came from France. Now, this is when he finds out, because she says, you have to earn my respect. And she tells him the truth, that they did not send the ball, and the assassin was not from them. So he figured out that one of his advisors, named William, is the one that sent the assassin and made him think the assassin was from France. So when he figured that out, that had to be him. So he went to talk to William and question him about it. And William told him, you wanted peace. You got peace. And William was on his knees, and he stabbed him right in front of his servant boy, in front of his William's servant boy. I was like, if you're gonna kill William, can you please not do it in front of the kid? I don't get it. I never got this concept. Okay. Watching something die right in front of you, that is not on TV, but it's not something that's not really dying right in front of you, but once you're watching it, I never found see why that was entertaining, because back then that was entertaining, but I just never found that entertaining. And I knew that kid did not find this entertaining because he was scared. So, I'm just never gonna understand that. Never. Never gonna find torture enjoyment. And I bet you guys don't find that. And so, I just never get that. Never get that side of the story of history. So, yeah. I mean, I understand why he killed him, because he made him lose 3 of his friends. And I don't know if he killed his brother, but there's that. So, yeah, basically. So, I give this movie, it was a great movie. I liked it, and I definitely have more faith in Robert Pattinson before I did that, before now. So, yay! If you can play a scoundrel of a prince, maybe you can be a Batman, but that's a different character entirely, because Batman's not a scoundrel, but, yep. So, I give this movie, should have done the score before. Always need to do, but that. But I give this movie a 9 out of 10. Let me go and get my cat and let him score it. Hi, Sully. Hi. So what do you give it? I just go for paws and my tail. It was a good movie. Yep. What was your favorite part? Let me think. I like the part where, he accepts his new wife. Yep. I like that part too. That he gave his wife respect. Yes, he gave his wife respect at the very last minute of the movie. It was like really cool. Both of them had respect for each other. Because he asked her, all I have asked you to give me is to show you that I love you and stuff like that. Yep. What do you say, Sully? Like, share, and subscribe, guys, and bye-bye.